Friday. It's Pick Advisor, top of the prop show. I'm here with two handicappers from Pick Advisor and the Insider Zoom that I followed a lot last year for their prop plays, Ray Cape and Dustin Bowser. And then we got the FNG here, Joey Tron. He's been coming on a couple of weeks, giving out his props picks, and you've probably seen him from the NASCAR show, which will be coming up Sunday at noon. So check that out. But I'm going to turn this over for these guys right now as they give out their props plays. As this is one of the things they like to do, and they know more about it than I do. So, guys, take it away, and I'll come back and see you guys at the end.
All right. So, just to put it out there, I had a bad week last week. I went 0-3 on the show. But I'll start off with Kirk Cousins over 26.5 passing yards at minus 115. He plays better at home. He doesn't have to worry about the weather or the heckling fans. Against Green Bay, he threw for 277. That game was a blowout, so they were just killing clock at the end. I expect a closer game here. Detroit is 30th in the league in defense, 28th in pass defense, and they let Carson Wentz go wild. So I think Cousins goes over 26.5 passing yards.
All right. Play I like a lot is Drake London, over 54.5 receiving yards. First 2 weeks of the season, he had 74 and 86 yards respectively. Across those two games, he had 19 total targets, 12 in the first game, 7 in the second. And he also recorded a touchdown in his first game. Seattle Seahawks come into this with one of the worst passing defenses in the league. They are allowing an average of 257 passing yards per game. I don't think Mariota is the greatest quarterback in the world. I think he might throw some interceptions in this game. But going over 54.5, he already did that the first 2 times this week. He's going up against a worse defense, especially with the Seahawks. I think this is a number he can definitely hit.
What's going on, everyone? First prop I'm going to go with tonight is going to be Deebo Samuel over 30.5 rushing yards. First game against Chicago, Deebo Samuel had 8 attempts for 50 yards. Then he goes ahead and takes on the Seahawks, where they're kind of playing ahead for a good portion of that game. He still had 4 attempts for 53 yards. So I think we're actually getting a huge discount here with Deebo Samuel over 32.5 rushing yards. He is going kind of against the stingy defense there against the Broncos. But with Elijah Mitchell being out, to them going back to Jimmy Garoppolo, I look for them to use the same type of offense that they finished off with last season, which is going to heavily involve Deebo and their offensive attack. So I look for Deebo Samuel to go over the 32.5 rushing yards.
All right. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so another play I'm on is Deebo Samuel, just this time over 56.5 receiving yards. He cashed rushing prop for us last week. And just to piggyback off of what Bowser said, Deebo and Jimmy G are back together. They did really well together last season. Deebo Samuel really put himself on the map last season. In addition to that, Denver, they do have a really good defense, not going to deny that. However, don't let their statistics fool you. They did go against Davis Mills and Geno Smith. So with that being said, I think Jimmy G is totally an upgrade from Trey Lance. And I think Deebo Samuel will definitely get some targets from Jimmy Garoppolo. And I definitely can see this going over 56.5. Honestly, maybe even over 60. So Deebo Samuel over 56.5 receiving yards.
Nice. Go ahead, Bowser.
All right, guys. The next player prop I'm going to go over is going to be Brandon Cooks over 56.5 receiving yards. Brandon Cooks had 7 receptions for 82 yards against the Colts. And then he had 4 receptions for 54 yards against the Broncos. And again, we're talking about kind of the Broncos and them having a decent defense. He was still able to go for the 54 yards. They are taking on the Chicago Bears here. They are a slight underdog. So if they are playing behind, I'm really looking for Davis Mills to continue to connect with his favorite target, which is Brandon Cooks. So I really like Brandon Cooks to go over 56.5 receiving yards.
All right. For my second one, I'm also in that same game. I like Dameon Pierce to go over 60.5 rush yards. It's at minus 120. Bears have the worst rush defense in the NFL this far. I expect Lovie Smith to give the ball to Pierce often. He's gotten the majority of the carries, and I think this is a game where he could go off. I went over this number last week, and I think he goes well over it. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, my last pick. I'm going to the Bucks Packers game. I'm going with Tom Brady to throw over half an interception at plus 105. This is not Tom Brady we have seen his whole career. He is not the same guy. He has a finger injury. I'm not convinced he's fully healed from that. And he threw an interception already this season. He doesn't have a lot of wide receivers to throw to. Granted, I understand he never needed a good wide receiver in order to make an impact as a quarterback. However, going against the Packers defense, I feel one interception could definitely be thrown in this game. And at plus money, definitely take that value.
Good. Go ahead, Bowser.
Yep. And then for the last and final player prop I have for this upcoming week, we're going to go ahead and go with Aaron Jones over 28.5 receiving yards. I think Green Bay kind of found the recipe there for a little bit of success, and it certainly involved A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones being on the field at the exact same time. Well, we know A.J. Dillon's not going to get the catches with the injuries and the trust factor with the other receivers. I'm going to look for Aaron Jones to kind of go over this target. First game, he had 27, and that is going to blow out against Minnesota. And then another blowout against Chicago. He had 38 yards on 3 targets. We're looking at the Buccaneers, where they're taking on the Buccaneers. I look for that game to actually kind of be a much closer game. So I think that there's going to be more utilization of Aaron Jones in this game, which is going to lead to more opportunities for him.
Yeah, I'm on the same play. Same as you. I feel that running backs have been Rodgers' go-to this season. Jones is the number 2 receiver on the Packers in terms of yardage. He's averaging 4 receptions per game with an average of 10 yards per catch. Bucks have an elite defense. Both running backs should get the ball a lot. And I think with the cast of characters that Rodgers has to throw the ball to, he's going to be looking at those 2 guys, Aaron Jones and Dillon.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, a lot of good picks there, a lot of good information, a lot of different things to look at, depending on what kind of things you like. Lots of good stuff there. You can check out Right Cape. He's got picks up there at the Pick Advisors website. Some premium plays there. You can check out a lot of free plays on the Insider Drip Discord channel. Same with Bowser. He'll have some plays up this weekend at the Pick Advisors site, and then you can check him out at in the Discord at Joey Tron. He's always on the NASCAR show. He's on these shows. You can find him in the Discord, and if he keeps doing what he's doing, we'll have to snatch him up and get him on the Pick Advisors website soon also. So yeah, that's it for the prop show right now. Stick around. We'll be back some of these guys will be back at 8:00 to give you their best bets this weekend in college and pro sports. Like I said, a lot of good information out there in the Insiders Room Discord. Check out the Pick Advisors. Different handicappers on there also that give out their free picks on games. You can find me on there also. Anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Yeah, let's cash some tickets.
All right, let's cash some tickets. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you again next week. Hopefully, we got more winners than losers, so let's go.